It's just around the corner, Joe, and you have a full lineup of candidates.
I do.
A full lineup, and one of them
stable.
Is standing by. Did you say they're stable?
No, I said I have a stable full of candidates.
All right.
Many thoroughbreds, Bill.
Okay. Here is one of your steeds. Lou Poccia is standing by in the line here right now. Good morning, Lou.
Good morning, Bill. Is that Joe Hobika I heard in the background?
Yes, it's me.
Well,
How are you?
Good morning to you. Good morning.
Good morning.
And good morning to everyone at the Keeler Show.
All right, so Lou, I got to ask you. There's a poll we're doing, a survey. I understand the difference between the two, but I'm calling it a poll. And the difference between a survey and a poll is the number of topics. And this being a survey has a plethora of topics that are key issues that we deal with here in this area, including the hospital downtown for Herkimer County, the jail at the PNC site, out there in Rome. The issue is downtown development. They've just gotten a lot of money, Mayor Izzo and the crew over there. So the question is, do you approve of the way they're going to be spending that money? All of these questions, there's probably 14 of them, plus some additional questions. It'll take you about 5 minutes to take the poll. Why, Lou, do you think it's not scientific?
Well, it has to be a double-blind statistical study, which means that the interviewer doesn't know the outcome or doesn't do anything to force someone else to give a certain answer. Also, the population that answers must be totally random. I had a little background in statistics when I was in graduate school, and I got into some of this sort of thing.
Do you feel...
Are you doing this with Mr. Zogby? I didn't get all the information.
Yeah. Well, how can you criticize it without having all the information? We're not doing it. It's Zogby's poll.
It's not a poll.
But from what I understand of it, it's not a totally random poll, which makes it cute.
Well, listen. What happens is anyone can get in. You can vote once. And
that's not a random poll.
Well, let me finish. You haven't even let me finish. And then they will take the details that come in, and they will apply their formula. This is far more scientific than that phone call thing you guys are touting. That is completely not even scientific, but bogus.
I like the horn.
No. Your particular poll is something that would accommodate certain dancers that would really add a lot to it. Maybe you should consider doing that.
Well, your poll is stupid.
It's not scientific. You have to have a double-blind statistical study.
Blindy schmindy.
Not just throw in some equations that have anybody ask.
How is it that you're dissing the poll before you before you even know the results? For all you know, it could come that
people call in.
Huh?
The people who call in have to be selected randomly.
Listen, they don't call in, Lou. You don't even know what this poll is.
Yeah, you just go on the website.
You go on the website.
This is called a temperature
survey. Same thing. They don't just go on the website either. They have to be selected in a random fashion, and then be given the questions. Totally random.
All right, wait a minute.
Not something that people volunteer for per se.
Okay.
They have to be selected randomly.
Okay.
And that's part of the problem.
Well, we've selected people to have the option to randomly call to take the survey at any time.
No. People don't have the option. No. The one who's doing the survey or the poll selects individuals on a random basis. It's a scientific way to do that.
I feel like I'm going to come out of this interview with poison ivy because I'm walking through the weeds here. And
I have to be honest with you. He's giving you the technical. He's giving you the
understand.
Well, don't sit there. Don't sit there and belittle this guy.
I'm not belittling. He's a numbers guy. I know Lou's a numbers guy.
Well, I got to tell you something. You're losing the argument, so now all of a sudden you're making a personal attack.
I
don't think that's right.
I am not losing the
yes,
argument.
you are. You've lost the argument, and now you're attacking.
On the View. Everybody's talking at the same time.
Well,
Bill, would be good as if we had a survey of the Democrats who refuse to go to get involved in any kind of debate. They refused to be at the Democratic Forum last Wednesday in West Utica.
All right.
So why don't we do that? Why don't we survey the Democrats? That might be good.
Well, we'd have to do it randomly, otherwise it wouldn't be valid.
Well, but at least we get them to comment. Right now, they're keeping their mouths shut.
Well, they have to because they took the choice away from the people.
All right, you want? I see.
Well, they have to listen. I don't.
You
I
want to
think
direct
it's appropriate.
the conversation here. I can see.
I think it's absolutely appropriate that they cut and run and hide, because the fact of the matter is, they proposed the term limit.
Yes.
Okay, the term limit question, said it was going to go to the people, then took it away, voted themselves. And now they don't want to face the music. They don't want to have a debate on it. They don't want to have a discussion. And the reality is there's a reason why they're running.
Do you want to comment on that, Lou?
Lou, you don't need to comment on that. Don't worry about it.
Lou, Joe would like to do your talking for you.
I'm telling you right now. I'm sorry, but I think it's absolutely crazy that they don't want to debate. Why is that?
Well, they probably don't want.
I'm calling them out.
You are.
On behalf of my candidates.
Who should be debating?
All of the candidates.
Anybody who voted for it. So, Lemetico?
No, not just anyone that voted for it.
They should all
There
be
should be an opportunity for both.
Who hasn't shown up to these forums?
I don't know. Who
I don't think.
My opponent hasn't shown up at all.
In fairness,
I'm going to extend an invitation to my opponent, Maria Bezanella McNeil. At 10 o'clock this morning, we're having a news conference on the corner of Nichols and Jay to discuss violent gun crime and other violent crimes. Why can't she show up and we can have a discussion right then and there?
Well, I'm going to take a poll
I'm not
here.
exactly sure that I'm not exactly sure that would be fair, but
do you think?
Yeah, or a good idea.
I'll do a poll here in studio. How many think this is scientific? How many think she's going to show? No. Yep, 100%.
Special dancers for your poll. It'd be really interesting.
Okay. Well, if you're going to have a debate,
dancers
you need a moderator.
For the poll. Dancers, I don't get it.
He's saying because we have a
poll.
He said this isn't a real poll.
Okay.
The poll that we have is just as good as one that a dancer would use.
Oh, like one of these polls.
Yes.
Good guy. Good guy. Boogie Nights.
Oh, man. See, this is when it's valuable to have the television on here.
Here is John in Bridgewater. John,
dancing in studio.
You're on the radio.
Hey, I don't live in Utica, but I took your poll this morning, or survey.
Yes.
And it's
Oh,
straight there. So are you there?
Hold on
hang
a
on,
second.
hang on.
Lou just hung up, I think.
Wow.
Okay.
Anyways,
John, you're on.
You read the thing and you put your answer down.
Yes.
So I don't know how they think that this is fixed or anything.
That's not what he's saying.
You just put your answer down how you feel, and that's it. Boom. It's not scientific.
You took the poll, and good for you, John. Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
Yep.
Appreciate that.
And
I'm with him, and I understand what he's saying. But the fact is,
I'm not afraid of the results.
It is
he's just saying that there's according to his book knowledge and his statistical background, he's saying that there's a particular way that a poll has to be done or a survey has to be done in order to generate some reasonably valid results. The point he's making is that either side, depending on your level of interest, can go seek it out and put their views forward.
So here's what could happen. They could find like-minded people and say, you got to get into this survey.
Correct.
You got to do this. I get that. But at the end of the day, this, as you said...
Which, by the way, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Right.
One of the things that I was thinking about this process in general is that it's supposed to be a public, I guess, private partnership here.
Yeah.
And there should be a number of stakeholders, like from all different communities, different parts of the community, participating in this. So they might be able to actually disseminate some information and address some questions on multiple levels that might actually it might actually convince some people. It might solidify people's positions.
But
I'm just saying that
at the very least, this will take the temperature of this current public on these issues, and I think that is a positive. And it's not just throwing up like we would do a poll saying, "Hey, hop online and take our poll." It's something that we're relying on the expertise of John Zogby and his company.
I'm not questioning his expertise.
Cannot question.
I'm not questioning his expertise. My point is that there are driving people to the poll. You have two sides of the story.
Are you noticing a trend though? Everything that is done, Jim, Zecca, and now Lou are negative on. There's no positive.
I don't see. Look, I can't sit here and identify one way or the other whether they're negative or they're positive, whether you view it as negative or positive. My point is that there's no reason to be afraid of whatever's going to be set forth or whatever's going to be determined based on the survey that you're putting on there.
Right.
Because the reality is that the people that are going to be proponents of the survey, they're going to say, "Oh my goodness, look at this! It proves that one thing is right or the other thing is right."
Well, in this current climate today,
and so
we don't believe anything
and then the other people are going to say,
right.
The other people are going to say that it doesn't really have any scientific value, notwithstanding the expertise of John Zogby.
Let me tell you,
my point is that it's nice that you're doing it, but I'm not sure that either side of this question can rely.
Well, you watch
on
how
the results.
accurate it is if it comes in that the hospital, that 60% of the people feel the hospital shouldn't go downtown. Then you watch how accurate Jim Zecca says it is. Right?
No, he's going to say it's leaning correct, but it's 90%, not 60%.
Lordy, I got a break. Can you let me break, please? You've had the mic long enough. And don't go putting your arm up, for God's sakes, or rolling your eyes.